These are expensive flat mystery sticks from Newsom Limited. A 1970s price of $21 would be over $100 today. The sticks are weak, brittle, and snap clean. They are not conductive. What are they? This is a metal marker refill, specifically a type like the Silver Streak. These are not made of metal, but are a type of specialized crayon or soapstone used by metalworkers and welders. They leave a highly visible paint-like mark on metal surfaces that is resistant to heat and won't burn off during welding or cutting operations, unlike a standard marker. The marks are also not electrically conductive. These would be the refill sticks for a mechanical pencil-style holder. Their brittleness is a characteristic of the material. Found at the Curb in Rochester, NY, these two weird stools are a puzzle. They are super solid, made of dense fruitwood, and likely date from between 1880 and 1940. One stool has a permanent oak shaft protruding downwards, perforated with holes for pegs. The second stool has no shaft, but can accept the shaft of the first one. Both have threaded holes. They seem like stools, but their interlocking nature is a mystery, even to an expert in furniture and antiques. What are they? The commenter thinks they have the base to two of chairs that have been stacked together, but they are missing the seats and backs. The link provided in the original solution likely showed a complete chair of this specific design. This is a very old and unusual type of stacking or theater chair. The shaft with pegs protruding from the bottom of one chair's base would have locked into the top of the chair below it, creating a stable, semi-permanent row of seating. The threaded holes were likely for attaching the seats, backs, and armrests. It is a fascinating but incomplete piece of antique institutional seating. This cast metal object has the words strength, vigor, power, health, vim, and peep. It looks like it's meant to hang, and has two bucket-like claws hanging from the bottom. What is it? It's part of an exercise device. This would have been the handle or the central part of a home fitness device from the early 20th century, a time when physical culture was a growing trend. The claws at the bottom would have attached to elastic straps or springs, which would in turn be attached to the floor or a door frame. The user would then perform various exercises by pulling on this handle against the resistance of the elastic straps. The motivational words all over it are a classic feature of such early fitness equipment. This is a metal item with two posts on a metal block. One post is round and the other is square. Measurements are provided in the images. What is this? This is a connector or clamp for a temporary fence, the kind often used at construction sites or outdoor events. The fence consists of large, portable panels. To join two panels together, this clamp is used. The round post would fit into the tubular frame on one panel, and the square post would fit into the frame on the adjacent panel. A bolt is then tightened, squeezing the clamp and securely locking the two fence panels together. It is a fundamental piece of hardware for this type of modular fencing. This is a heavy glass tumbler that holds about 8 ounces. Its most unusual feature is a toothed rim or flange that is part of the glass itself. The teeth are integral to the design and cannot be removed. There are a few air bubbles in the thick glass, suggesting it might be an older piece. What could be the purpose of this strange toothed rim on a drinking glass? This fascinating piece of glassware is a scalloped flange tumbler, but it's more famously known as a mustache glass or an ice lip glass. Patented in the late 19th century, its ingenious design served a very specific purpose. For gentlemen with the large, elaborate mustaches popular in that era, the toothed flange acted as a guard. It allowed them to drink a beverage, especially a cold one with ice, without getting their mustache wet or having ice cubes unexpectedly slide into their mouth. It's a wonderful example of Victorian-era problem-solving and a testament to the cultural importance of a well-groomed mustache. Found on a dirt road next to a cornfield, this porcelain ceramic object is a puzzle. It's hollow with a pass-through, and the finder's first thought was an old insulator for a radio or a vacuum tube. Could it be a spark plug or something else? The shape is right, and the brand is right. Western Giant, a brand associated with the Western Auto Supply Company, did indeed make spark plugs. This is the ceramic insulator from a very old spark plug, likely for a piece of farm equipment like a tractor, given where it was found. The metal body and the central electrode have long since rusted away or broken off, leaving only the much more durable ceramic insulator behind. It's a classic piece of agricultural and automotive history from the early to mid-20th century. Given from a grandma, this wooden item is about 9 inches tall and the same in diameter. Grandpa used to put his pipes and tobacco in it. What is its original purpose? Google Lens says this is a Japanese tea caddy box, known as a natsume, and a larger tea bowl, a chawan, used in the traditional Japanese tea ceremony, or chanoyu. The natsume is the smaller, lidded container used to hold the powdered green tea, matcha. The chawan is the bowl from which the tea is drunk. While Grandpa repurposed it as a personal humidor for his pipes and tobacco, its original, more refined purpose was as an essential and often beautifully crafted piece of equipment for the art of the Japanese tea ceremony. 3 of these metal objects were found clustered together and half buried in a stream bank in northwestern Illinois. The property was a farm in the early 1900s, and there was coal mining in the area. A knife is shown for scale. What are they? These are the center hubs from old cartwheels. The wooden spokes of the wheel would have been fitted into the mortises around the hub, and the wooden or iron rim of the wheel would have been at the outer end of the spokes. Over many decades of being buried in a damp stream bank, the wooden parts of the wheels have completely rotted away, leaving only these more durable cast iron hubs behind. Their discovery on an old farm property is a perfect fit, as they are likely from an old farm wagon or a piece of horse-drawn machinery. This copper object was found in the central Arizona desert. It has a fleur-de-lis pattern and decorative scalloping. It's made of 2 pieces, with the edges of the wider piece bent around the narrower piece. It's been bent out of shape. What was it? The guess is that this is the handle from an antique hand mirror. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, many decorative hand mirrors were made by stamping a design out of a thin sheet of copper or silver plate. The handle was often formed from 2 of these stamped halves, which were then soldered together to create a hollow but ornate handle. The fleur-de-lis pattern is a classic decorative motif. This one has had force applied to it, causing the solder joints to fail and the 2 halves to come apart. The mirror itself is long gone. These are cast iron things, roughly 8H 9.5 inches, flat-ish, blobby metal plates with handles. There's no maker's mark, and they were found in kitchen cabinets. What are they? This is from the griddle of an older JennAir brand range or cooktop. It's a lava rock or radiant element for an indoor grill. JennAir cooktops were famous for their downdraft ventilation and interchangeable cooking modules, which included an indoor grill. This cast iron plate, with its blobby, porous-looking surface, would sit under the grill grate and above the electric heating element. As the grill was used, grease would drip onto this hot plate, vaporizing and creating the smoke and flavor of an outdoor grill. They are a replacement for real lava rocks. Found on a playground in Virginia, this has a screw and is not flexible. What is this common piece of hardware? It's a type of wall anchor used for hanging stuff on drywall. This specific type is often called a self-drilling or threaded drywall anchor. It is made of plastic or a soft zinc alloy and has very coarse, aggressive threads. You don't need to pre-drill a hole. You simply screw the anchor directly into the drywall using a screwdriver or a drill. Then, you drive a screw into the center of the anchor to hang your picture frame or other light object. One was likely dropped by a maintenance worker at the playground. The dog found and chewed this. It's heavy iron with different length rods, a plastic cap, and a loop. What is it? It looks like the jangly noisemaker from inside a toy. Many children's or pet toys have a component inside that makes a sound, such as a squeaker, a rattle, or a chime box, like this one. Inside the plastic casing, the loose metal piece would bounce against the different length metal bars or rods, which would create a simple, chiming melody. The dog has successfully dissected its toy and extracted the prize, which is the noise-making component. This random spinning metal farming implement is on the back of a trailer on a sheep farm. Spinning scoops are connected to the wheels by belts. The implements don't touch the ground, so it's not a tiller. Maybe for spreading hay? What is it? This is a manure spreader. It is a piece of farm equipment used to fertilize fields with animal manure. The trailer part is the hopper that holds the manure. At the rear are one or more rotating beaters or spinners, the spinning scoops. These beaters are driven by the trailer's wheels via chains or belts. As the trailer is pulled across a field, the beaters spin at high speed, shredding the manure and flinging it out in a wide, even pattern over the field, providing a natural source of nutrients for the soil. This is a stained glass effect triangular stand with metal soldered edges and twisted wire hooks. It's about 25 centimeters tall. The staff at the secondhand shop had no idea. What is it? As a stained glass artist, the commenter knows this one. It's a stand for an oil wand kaleidoscope. An oil wand kaleidoscope is a type of kaleidoscope where the object to be viewed is a sealed tube filled with oil, glitter, and small colored beads, called an oil wand. The stand holds the main kaleidoscope tube. The twisted wire hooks are for holding one or more of these extra interchangeable oil wands. The user can then select a different wand and insert it into the end of the kaleidoscope to view different colors and patterns. Not. This metal and silicone kitchen gadget is attached underneath a friend's counter. It has a Chefin logo on it, but the product isn't on their current website. The silicone is soft and bends easily. Guesses like a bottle opener or herb stripper seem wrong because of its floppiness and orientation. Why would you nail this to the cabinets? This looks like a tea towel holder. The brand Chefin is known for its clever and often colorful kitchen gadgets. This device is designed to be a simple and convenient place to hang a dish towel. You would use it by simply pushing a corner of the towel into the flexible silicone part. The silicone grips the towel, holding it in place. To remove the towel, you just pull it out. Its placement under the counter near the sink is a perfect spot for a towel holder, keeping it handy but out of the way. Found in a river, this object initially looked like a giant clothespin. It's light, hollow, and made of bakelite or another older type of plastic. There's a hole on the flat part. What could this strange clothespin-shaped plastic object be? My first ID. It looks like an old Squeaky dog toy. The clothespin shape would make it easy for a dog to pick up and carry. The material, an early hard plastic like bakelite or celluloid, is consistent with toys from the mid-20th century. The hole on the flat part is the key. It would have originally housed a small metal squeaker. When the dog would bite down on the hollow toy, it would force air through the squeaker, making a high-pitched noise. The squeaker itself has long since fallen out and been lost. This wooden baton, chair pole, is approximately 13 inches long and dates from the 1930s-1950s in the UK. It belonged to a friend's grandfather who was in the Air Force. The family thinks it might be military or ceremonial. Is this just a stick? This is pretty sure to be just a ruler, but a specific type. These round wooden rulers were common for ruling lines on documents, especially in accounting or drafting. The round shape allowed them to be easily rolled across the paper, and their weight helped to hold them in place. A flat ruler can sometimes cause ink from a fountain pen to smudge if it is moved, but the round profile of this ruler would keep its edge slightly elevated from the paper, preventing smearing. It is a classic and elegant piece of vintage desk equipment. This small brass rack with pegs was found in an antique shop. It looks like a holder or rack. The finder asks if they should attempt to clean or polish it. What is it for? I think it's a display stand for pens. This would have been used in a stationery store or department store to display fine fountain pens or pencils for sale. Each pen would rest horizontally on two of the small pegs, allowing customers to see the different styles and models available. Its brass construction gives it an elegant look, suitable for displaying luxury writing instruments. As for cleaning, a gentle polish might be nice, but many collectors prefer the original aged patina on antique brass. This yellow-beige clamp was found in a farm shed. It is inscribed with PAT APP FO 2804 449. What is this for? This is a bit of a long shot, but the commenter thinks it might be a clamp for a vintage egg beater or another kitchen tool. Some older, heavy-duty, hand-cranked kitchen gadgets, like apple peelers or egg beaters, were designed to be clamped to the edge of a table or a counter for stability during use. The patent information leads to descriptions of egg beaters with clamps from around the 1940s. This clamp would be the part that secures the main body of the egg beater to the work surface, allowing the user to crank it vigorously with one hand. Found in the laundry, this clear, sparkly bean-like thing stained clothes pink. It's slimy, smells faintly of vanilla, and has bits of glitter inside. What is it? The commenter thinks it's a clear lipstick that changes color when applied, and they have one that looks just like that. This is a type of novelty or mood lipstick. It appears clear or lightly tinted in the tube, but the dyes in the formula react with the pH or temperature of the user's lips, causing it to change to a specific shade, often a bright pink. The slimy feel is from the lipstick base melting in the wash, and the glitter and vanilla scent are common cosmetic additives. It likely went through a wash cycle in a pocket. These small, clear plastic feet were found on a kitchen table in a little plastic bag. They are assumed to be feet or stands for something, but what? These seem to be the PS5 feet for putting the console on its side. The Sony PlayStation 5 console has a very distinctive curved design. To place it safely in a horizontal orientation, you must use the included stand. However, some early versions of the console, or perhaps some accessories, may have included these simple, small plastic feet or clips that would attach to the console to provide stability when it's lying on its side. Without these, the curved console would be unstable. This cool, multicolored plastic CD holder was thrifted. There is a socket on the top and bottom that looks like it holds a bulb. It takes a 12V power supply. What goes in the socket? It looks like it's for a fluorescent bulb that would go from end to end. The commenter guesses that since you wouldn't want to look at a bright white fluorescent bulb, it's for a black light bulb to make the rack glow. A Google search for black light CD rack shows this was indeed a popular novelty item. The clear or brightly colored plastic of the CD rack would be fluorescent, and when the ultraviolet blacklight bulb was turned on, the entire rack and potentially some of the CDs inside would glow with a cool, psychedelic effect. My dog chewed this up. It's a very small yellow plastic circle with a spiral-looking piece broken off. The back says C27. What is it part of? This looks like the screw base from a tube of Chapstick, or, more likely, Burt's Bees lip balm, which often has a yellow tube. The tube of lip balm is raised and lowered by twisting the base of the container. This is the small plastic mechanism that does that twisting. It consists of a small cup that holds the balm, which is threaded onto an inner spiral shaft. The dog has chewed the main tube apart, leaving only this small, telltale piece of the advancement mechanism. This is a grid-like hinged thing with ratchet straps. It's about a foot tall and made of black metal. The finder isn't sure how the pieces come together or if all the pieces are even there. What is this adjustable grid for? This looks like a pet barrier for a car, similar to the one in the linked example. These barriers are designed to be installed behind a row of seats in an SUV, a wagon, or a hatchback. The grid creates a wall between the passenger compartment and the cargo area. Its purpose is to safely contain a pet, typically a dog, in the back of the vehicle, preventing them from jumping into the passenger area and distracting the driver. The hinged panels and ratchet straps allow it to be adjusted to fit a wide variety of different vehicles. This tube is blowing air in a crawl space. The other side leads to a white thing, which is the object in question. The end of the tube is not connected to anything. It's just blowing air out. What is this system for? The white thing is an inline duct ventilation blower fan. These fans are designed to be installed within a run of ductwork to boost airflow or to ventilate a specific area. In this case, the fan is being used to ventilate the crawl space. It pulls air from one location and blows it out through the tube into the crawl space. The purpose is to circulate air and reduce moisture and humidity, which helps to prevent mold growth and wood rot. It's a common solution for managing dampness in a home's foundation area. This is a carved wooden item related to the American Civil War. It says Vicksburg on one side and G.D. Munson on the other. What is the story behind this personal artifact? Some quick research reveals a G.D. Munson who served in Company B of the 78th Ohio Infantry during the American Civil War. The 78th Ohio fought in the Vicksburg Campaign in 1863. This carved wooden item is almost certainly a personal memento made by this soldier to commemorate his service in that pivotal battle. Soldiers on both sides often engaged in carving, known as whittling, to pass the time in camp, creating small personal objects from wood. This is a fascinating and very personal piece of Civil War history, directly linking a soldier to a famous campaign. This black, light plastic thing was found in a kitchen drawer while deep cleaning a new shared apartment. A 1-carat diamond is used for scale. What is this small, specialized cleaning tool? This is a tool for cleaning the condensate drain hole in your refrigerator. At the back of the main refrigerator compartment, there is a small hole where condensation from the defrost cycle drains away. This hole can sometimes become blocked with small bits of food or debris, causing water to pool at the bottom of the fridge. This small, plunger-like plastic tool is designed to be inserted into that hole to clear any blockages, ensuring the condensation can drain properly. It's a simple but essential maintenance tool that often comes with a new refrigerator. Found while helping clean out a basement, this set of tools has sizes ranging from 3-8 to 7-16 to 114x138, with the largest attached to a black bar. What is this? It's a bushing driver set. This is a tool used by mechanics to remove and install bushings and bearings in cars and other equipment. A bushing is a type of bearing, often a metal sleeve, that provides a wear-resistant surface for rotating or sliding shafts. To install a new bushing, you would select the driver disc that matches the diameter of the bushing, attach it to the handle, the black bar, and then use a hammer to gently tap the bushing into place without damaging it. This black plastic thing has screw holes on the top and bottom for mounting. It's roughly 3x4 inches and was found inside a box of old Tupperware. What is it? This is a tool holder or an accessory caddy for a shop vac or a similar brand of wet-dry vacuum cleaner. These plastic holders are designed to be mounted on the body of the vacuum cleaner itself. The various slots and holes are for holding the different nozzles, wands, and attachments that come with the vacuum, keeping them all neatly organized and readily accessible when you need them. It likely ended up in the Tupperware box by mistake during a garage cleanout. This is a 2-inch long, 3mm diameter, goldish capped stabby thing with a textured grip. What is it? Initially mistaken for a motor vehicle accident window punch tool, the commenter corrects themselves. It's a toothpick. This is a high-end, reusable toothpick, often made of brass, titanium, or stainless steel. The main body is a textured handle, and the actual toothpick part either screws into the handle or is housed within it. The cap covers the sharp point for hygienic and safe carrying in a pocket or on a keychain. It's a durable and stylish alternative to disposable wooden toothpicks. This multi-tool has been in the finder's junk box for years. It's about the size of a hand, and one end looks like the back of a hammer for pulling nails. What is it? That is a mock Halligan. A real Halligan tool is a heavy, multi-purpose forcible entry tool used by firefighters. This is a cast, miniature version designed to be used as a bottle opener. It's a popular novelty item and gift for firefighters. The forked end, the ad of a real Halligan, is perfectly shaped for opening beer bottles. As a mean joke, the commenter bought one of these for a newly minted and very short lieutenant, highlighting its status as a fun, tribute piece of gear. These are 5-foot-long, 9-pound aluminum rods with fins on one end and a hole in the middle. They were found in a pile of yard tools. What are they? These remind the commenter of the rods for the door of a shipping container or a tractor-trailer. The large swing doors on the back of these containers are secured by a system of multiple latches, which are all operated by long vertical rods. A handle on the rod is used to rotate it, which engages or disengages cams or latches at the top and bottom of the door. These aluminum rods, with their specific ends and holes for linkages, are very likely part of that door locking mechanism. Found in a park in Seville, this seems to be some sort of game with small balls and a point system. What is this? This looks like the game of swing ball or a variation of it. The classic game of swing ball consists of a pole with a tennis ball attached to it by a string. Two players stand on opposite sides and hit the ball back and forth, trying to wrap the string all the way around the pole in their direction. This version seems to be a scoring game where players throw balls at a target. Based on the name swing ball from the search, it likely involves a swinging or tethered element, possibly with targets that award different points. This wooden box is on a tree and has a capped screw sticking out the front. It came with the house. The finder assumes it's a birdhouse, but what's the screw for? It's a combo squirrel feeder and bird feeder. The main wooden box part, with a plexiglass front and a lid, is for regular bird seed. The long screw sticking out the front is specifically for a dried corn cob. You would screw a cob of dried corn onto this skewer. This provides a dedicated feeding station for squirrels, giving them a food source they enjoy. The theory is that this will distract the squirrels and keep them from raiding the main bird feeder. The cap is a safety feature for when no corn cob is on the skewer. I am hoping someone can help me identify this red washer and cotter pin. They are connected by a black rubber thing. A pen is used for size reference. They were found in a parking lot. The logo is either an HR or UH. This is a body clip retainer for a hobby-grade radio-controlled RC car. The cotter pin-like clip is a body clip, used to secure the car's plastic body onto posts on the chassis. The black rubber thing is a leash or retainer that attaches the clip to the car's body, so when you remove the clip to take the body off, you don't lose it. The red washer is for aesthetics and to help protect the paint. The HR logo stands for Hot Racing, a popular brand of aftermarket upgrade parts for RC cars. This is a wooden block or briefcase-looking item with a rope handle. What is this heavy-duty pad for? This is an outrigger pad for heavy equipment. Large vehicles like cranes, bucket trucks, or fire trucks use extendable legs called outriggers to stabilize themselves during operation. These pads are placed on the ground underneath the feet of the outriggers. Their purpose is to distribute the immense weight of the vehicle over a larger surface area, preventing the outrigger from sinking into soft ground like dirt or asphalt, or from cracking concrete. The rope handle makes it easier to carry and position the often heavy wooden or composite pad. This is a small metal tool with one threaded female end. Lens says it's a router collet extension, but the finder doesn't think so. What is it? This looks like it might be an arbor for mounting a wire wheel or a small grinding wheel in an electric drill chuck. The main shaft of the arbor would be clamped into the drill's chuck. The wire wheel or grinding stone, which has a threaded hole in its center, would then be screwed onto the threaded end of this arbor. The two large washers would be used to clamp the wheel securely in place. It's a common accessory that allows you to use grinding and polishing wheels with a standard drill. This is a small wooden ruler with a block and a thumb screw. What is this for? This is a marking gauge, a fundamental tool in woodworking. It is used to scribe a line parallel to the edge of a piece of wood. The block, called the fence, is pressed against the edge of the board. The user sets the desired distance by sliding the ruler, the beam, through the fence, and then locking it in place with the thumb screw. A small metal pin or a tiny blade at the end of the beam is then used to scratch a precise layout line as the gauge is slid along the length of the board. It is essential for accurate joinery. This is an old sterling-plated stand with a glass bowl. What could this stand have been used for? The form is often called a bride's basket. These were popular wedding gifts in the Victorian era. It is a decorative serving dish, consisting of an ornate, silver-plated frame or basket that holds a glass bowl insert. They were used for serving small snacky things at the table, such as nuts, hard candy, bonbons, or small fruits. The commenter notes that the glass inserts are fragile and are often lost or broken over the years, so having the original glass bowl makes this a nice find. This oddly shaped piece of steel with leather sewn over it was found in a boat after it was rented out. What is this? This is a leather car seat hook. It is a type of car organizer. The metal hook part is designed to be hung from the metal posts of a car's front seat headrest. The lower leather-covered part then provides a stylish hook for hanging a purse, a shopping bag, a jacket, or other items in the back seat area. This keeps the items off the floor and easily accessible. It was likely left in the boat by a previous renter who had brought it from their car. If you love uncovering strange and mysterious objects, hit that like button and subscribe. Stay curious. More finds coming soon.